Hello everybody, my name is Veladam01 and welcome back to the second episode of City Skylines East of the Curtain, my former Eastern Bloc inspired city building series. And in this episode I am going to build a industrial area for the citizens to have a workplace. In this episode, just like in the previous one, I am going to use a lot of different assets again, but you will notice that in this particular episode I will try to avoid using modern style buildings, because what I want to make here is a older style factory building which have been constructed a long time ago. Maybe it was built between the two world war, or maybe it was built even before the first one, but it's still there. And maybe if it's producing, maybe it is not producing because it just rests there. It's still there, the building is still standing and battling against the time. So what I did is I just placed down large sized old style industrial buildings, just like these on the screen that you can see right now. By the way, these are the brick industrial building pack by Avanya from the Steam workshop, and I just decorated them with props, decals and decorative buildings like the oil tank next to the building that you can see. And I also tried to put there some decals to texture the ground around the industrial building. As you can see, first I tried to convert them into procedural objects, but I had issues when they were converted into PO, so I just converted them back to normal props, so they are actually counted to the prop count. Then I started to build the second and third building of this industrial area. You will see me soon that I will just put down a lot of smokestacks around this place from the Charles Street manufacturing pack from the Steam workshop. And why I put down so many smokestacks at this area is because what I want to do with this industrial area to give back the ultimate factory feel that there are only smokestacks everywhere you can see. And for this purpose I also used a special asset which is not actually a smokestack, but this building comes with a smokestack, and this is actually a old Soviet boiling station. You can see it on the screen right now, the building with the red and white smokestack. And to be honest, clipping this asset together with the factory hall and these large industrial buildings turned out pretty nice, so it's gonna remain like this, and I think I will use this asset in the future again. Then what I also did is placing down these concrete slab packs at the loading bays. They are actually from the airport cement slab pack by Vazimir, and I also used one piece from the dock surface pack made by Ronyax, and they are supposed to give the asphalt extra durability at the loading bay in order to not get damaged by trucks while they are parking and loading the deliveries at the factory. Later I just started to detail the industrial area. As you can see, I just put down a lot of decals and a lot of concrete everywhere where I just could, because I wanted to make this area as dirty as I can, and you will see that later I will just use a lot of crane assets everywhere, maybe too much crane, and a lot of industrial props like pipelines and everything to connect up the buildings with each other. At this moment on the screen, you can see me struggling with the building and try to figure out what building combination should I place into this corner of the factory, because I tried out so many building combination, but sadly none of them worked, especially when I tried to put smokestacks next to them. So I was just like struggling a bit. I tried to cut this section out from the final video, but sadly it just messed up so much the footage that I had to just leave this in, so you will have to enjoy this kind of struggling, so sorry about that, but you will see at the end what I will just manage to build here. But to be honest, I think I will just change it in a later episode. I also put down some prop vehicles around the industrial area. I put down mostly that kind of vehicles that normally cannot be parked by the game, so in order to have a parked version of them, you have to place down prop versions of it. So as you can see, I mostly placed down truck props around the industrial area, because I wanted to give back the feel that this factory is actually kinda working. Well, it's not working like it was used to be working, because it maybe produces a less amount of material or products, but still trucks are coming in and going out with the products and materials. So as you can see, I just placed down a lot of kind of different trucks, like delivery trucks, semi-trucks, also mobile crane trucks, and also technical service and maintenance trucks around the place. And I also put down some trucks around the cranes that you can see everywhere around the industrial area, because maybe they are building something and the trucks just deliver something to the construction, especially these kind of flatbed trucks that can be just loaded and unloaded using a crane directly from above. There were also some worker parking lots made, because actually I have a huge parking issue in the downtown, which I think it's caused by TMPE, because I accidentally left a TMPE feature turned in, the advanced parking option, or I don't know, the advanced parking AI I think, and I set the simulation accuracy so high that it just makes the cars just go into a parking spot, but when they find that it's actually occupied, they just go around and go another parking spot which is still occupied, so they just stuck in an endless cruising around to find a parking lot. So this is why I just started to put down these kind of worker parking lots around the factory area to limit the parking issue only in the downtown and not to spread around here too. Changes to the lighting system of the area were also made, because I wasn't satisfied with the lights that came with the roads I built in the factory. So I just went and removed every road light in the industry area that came here by default with the roads. And I just set a nighttime and I just placed these lighting towers that were made by, I think, a Thai asset creator, Pumps Time, all around the place by hand, because they are nicer than the previous lights, and also lit up the place better than the previous original ones. And finally, to finish the time-lapse, I also built a small electricity substation next to the industry area, because there might be a need to supply the factories with electricity, and also built a fence with some guard posts around the industry to keep any unwanted visitors out of the property. It would have been nice maybe to also install some security cameras, but sadly I forgot to place them. Maybe I will fix this outside of recording. But anyway, this is the end of the time lapse. After this, I am going to show you some cinematics of the area I built today. Thanks for watching this video. Hope I will see you in the next episode, where I am going to build a classic Soviet style prefab housing. I was Veladam01. See you later. Goodbye.